Innovative.
Innovative comedy. It's just so it's kind of, and then she's like, I'm doing what no other child star has done, and they're like, bitch, Miley Cyrus did this like 4 years ago. What the fuck are you talking about with the chicken cutlets? She had the chicken cutlet booty. That bitch look like a defrosted nigga.
A defrosted mini wheat.
No, that bitch look like a defrosted Zacky Farms. That bitch look like a Zacky. You remember Zacky? You remember Zacky Farms?
Yeah, they not around no more.
I don't think Zacky Farms is around. That name was just cool, Zacky Farms.
I think they still are.
Zacky Farms?
Maybe Foster Farms took
Foster
them all
Farms
over.
are for
But
sure.
I remember
Foster
Zacky
Farms
Farms
are
used to
definitely-
do chicken and shit in the
Yeah,
grocery store.
Zacky Farms
But a
is-
lot of the stores that they were sold in ain't around no more. either.
Lucky's and, yeah, Boys and shit. ABC.
You had like, remember they had John's? It was like Vons, but it was John's.
It's a Vons on the east side. I
No,
believe.
John's.
It's a Vons. I mean, a John's on the east side. I said it. I did it again. I was trying to say
Vons?
Vons.
I mean,
John, see, I did it again. I did it again.
All right, well, check this out. I'm Cool Ass Cam, the coolest motherfucker on the planet, and today I'm here with the homies, and we want to talk some shit and laugh.
Hey.
It's funny how he said, all right, check this out.
He is like, let's just get to this shit,
He's
nigga.
like, bye.
Here we go.
All right, and with that being said, make sure you tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. Who I got in the building with me today?
What's good? It's your boy, Tony Grams. Follow me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. Who else is up in here? What's good?
And it's your boy TB, a.k.a. The Business Man, you know, host of The Business Behind the Industry. You already know what it is. You can find me on Instagram at THEBIZNESSS. That's 3 S's, baby. You feel me?
You know the rest,
Yes, Lord.
baby.
What's
That's
the deal,
brisk,
man?
baby. You're the brisk commercials. That's brisk, baby.
Yeah, it was a lot of cold like marketing.
They was like that Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah, pretty much.
The little Clay.
And they
Remember
have
that
like
shit?
they have the
Yeah.
Clay, Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin.
They had
and shit.
everybody.
They had
on
the
that
Rat
shit.
Pack
They
pretty
had Kobe
much.
and Shaq. They had like
Sammy Davis Jr. too. Yeah.
man. They had everybody on that bitch.
Boing boing.
Jack Nicholson, all of them, man. That shit crazy.
So
What's
it's
up,
good.
y'all? Yeah.
Shit, we coming off a 420 weekend. That shit was cracking. That was a good. How'd y'all spend y'all 420 weekend?
Man, I tell you how I spent 419.
Man,
We brought it in. We had
Lucky.
a countdown like New Year's.
lucky.
Man.
I wanted to come, man. I was trying. Shit came
Man.
up. I was like,
Niggas
man,
end up getting
it just wasn't meant
faded.
for me to pull up.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Most definitely. It was.
That's the most drunkest 420 I ever had.
Damn.
I tell you that.
He just reversed. He was like, fuck it. We going.
I was smoking though too. You know what I'm saying?
He was like, we
That
brand
shit
new
crazy.
with it. We brand new with it. Yeah, it was cool. I had a show on 420 actually, and on Sunset El Cid, the Help Us Get Famous show with Pobs, and that shit was cracking. It was cool. Like TV was like, he was there, and he was in that motherfucker like smoking it out, burning it down, rolling it up, session it.
Yes, sir.
Said that's
Yeah, we was definitely rolling back to back.
God, that
Back to
motherfucker
back
smoky.
to back.
Even security was like, "What y'all
Like
got over
Young
there?"
Dolph and
And security was like, "What you guys got going on over
Young
there?"
Dolph and Key Glock.
It was like, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm the comedian, that's the homeboy. He was like, yeah, I smelled it. Like, I thought he was gonna start. He was like, yeah, I smelled it earlier.
The security dude.
And he
after,
was like, yeah.
that shit was funny.
He was like, I smelled it. He was-
because bro seen our little gift bags. And
He was like, you got any
man,
extra
y'all ain't got
rent?
no little goodie bags left.
Yeah, he was trying to drop
He
his.
was hungry.
He was like, yeah. Usually they
Kinda
drop
chubby nigga.
the vendors. They usually hook me up with a gift bag. Like he was trying to drop little
They
hits.
actually
Been
had
like,
some.
yeah, I ain't the one though.
Yeah.
I ain't the one that hand these out.
Yeah, wasn't nothing a gift.
They
I
had-
am the gift.
They had some good, like, nice treats. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you know, the good white folks treats. You know what I'm saying? They had, my bad, the pirate's booty. You know
The
what I'm saying?
pirate's booty.
Oh, the little
Popcorn,
bag,
the
the
little
bag.
cheddar
Yeah.
popcorn, and you feel me? He had
That shit
little
was
Reese's
good.
buttercups.
Little Kit Kat, a little one individual Kit Kat.
Nah, they had the little Welch's fruit snacks in that
Them
bitch.
shits was hitting though.
They had they had them Nature Valley muffin bars. Them motherfuckers was fire. They put me on to some new shit with that. I'm a snack head, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'ma
Nature
fuck with
Valley, they
those.
got some little trail mix bars, and I've been on them, man.
Them shits
Oh,
was
yeah.
hitting.
They got like the bottom would be like different.
No, I got like cranberries.
Yeah. They got
all
different
that shit.
kinds. Yeah, they got some with the cranberries. They got some with the it's like a peanut butter bottom, and they do like chocolate chip in that bitch and trail mix. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't that some jail shit? Peanut butter bottom.
You just gotta look. You gotta look at the variety when you in the, you know, when you down there, you know, the Nature Valley out. You feel me, little
them Nature Valleys be
granola bars, nigga. And,
they be
you know
dusty sometimes, but you eat that shit, and that shit just be.
that be
like
them
sand.
honey crisp ones.
That's the granola ones, the green ones.
Yeah, the little honey crisp.
Them the generic ones. They always have like an
Them the
excess
ones for
amount
like
of those.
79 cents.
Yeah,
they cost
that's
like
probably the
80 cents.
original though.
They got a lot of generic.
Then they got the ones that's more like with the nougat in it or whatever. It's more
that's
like
what I'm saying. The
collected.
trail mix ones, they come in a purple wrapper.
Yeah,
and,
I know what you're talking about.
They got the cranberries.
Like
it's like a whole
the
little
dry
trail
ones
mix
are
bar.
about like 80 cents or $1, and then the one that's more of like a candy bar is like $1.60 or some shit. I know. I used to go to the beach and just smoke, but I would buy like a whole bag full of just. I'd buy probably like 4 dry ones, like the granola ones, and then I'd buy like the other ones, like the chocolate or the little cream nougat shit or whatever. Them shits, man, the honey.
Cream nougat.
You know the honey, the honey and almond. You gotta have that cream nougat center.
Tony, if you was doing like a candy bar commercial, like how would it go?
Fall into the cream nougat center of a Mars bar. It's out of this world. Right there. Nigga, I just made like 100,000 right there on like a nigga just doing an ad.
A little drop, nigga.
I'm winning.
Drop.
Some of us are born with
Tony when you need a drop.
Some of us are born
You know what I'm
with it.
saying? You gotta have that like call now.
What you said they call you? They call you the voice?
They call me the voice. I was like, no one calls me.
That sound like you sound like Batman.
He said, what you say they call you?
The voice.
Nigga, that shit is crazy, man.
Wait, no one calls you that, sir. That's like Joe Dirte.
You
He's like it's Joe Dirt.
You should have you should have a 1-800 you know, like to talk. You want to talk some shit.
You
feel me? Like, but you should have some like, you need a drop.
Hey, nigga, turn on and eat your big ass biscuit. That's gonna be a saying every
Hey
show.
man, you
now.
sound familiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some nigga. I'm gonna be at a comedy show. I'm gonna be on stage like, so this is gonna be an audience like.
All right, so what's your take on that? Like, well, if somebody just kind of like reach out to you, maybe hit you up on social media or something, right? Say, hey, you look real familiar.
I mean,
like, well, what is your thoughts when
if
somebody do some
person,
shit like that?
In person?
No, he said reach out online.
What?
Like
It's
if they
like-
just
like-
hit they slide into your
Oh,
DMs pretty much and say
shit,
that.
I would
Or
think-
even in your comments.
I would think like it is somebody. I don't know. I think for real,
They
it's
might
kind
know
of
you.
weird.
I think they might.
Or-
it depends on how
or
you.
But I'm saying, like, that's
if they
all they
mention
say.
a specific, like
If
they
that's
mention,
all they say, like, you know, they not
probably
really
see me
giving you
out.
no.
Shit,
Are
nigga
you
be
gonna
outside.
ask like, oh, well, where do you think you know me from, or
Right,
you know,
of
or is it
course.
like, man, this motherfucker weird. I'm not even responding to your shit,
Right.
Or like, you know, like,
you gotta
If I could look
use
at
your
you-
discretion on that part. You feel me? But I feel like if somebody, most of the times people say shit like that, like it's because they seen you out, like at an event that they was at. You feel me? That, you know, they obviously have like mutual ties.
somehow,
Shit
some
like
way,
that.
yeah.
They come across your page.
I don't know. I was just curious because I know
Yeah,
that
he said I
happens
was
a
just
lot.
curious.
You know,
You know, shit. I don't know. You just gotta see it for what it is. Like, you know, like kind of read it. You know what I'm saying?
based on the person.
Yeah. Yep. Use your
You gotta
discretion.
investigate that motherfucker.
Use your
first.
discretion towards every individual differently. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
shit, it depends, cause you know it even depend how a nigga approach you. You already kind of know like what people be on.
Yeah, in person is different, you know?
Yeah.
In person it's like you can kind of read the energy.
Yeah.
But somebody just leave a comment or just
Yeah, you don't.
Because I
know-
had saw you.
You
said
don't know
that.
much about that.
I had a
person,
dude when I was like probably 22 or so, and I was just in the neighborhood walking to the liquor store, and he was like, I was going to the other homie's house, and he just ran into me at the liquor store, and I was like, bro, what up? And I was like, man, what's good? He was like, and I was like, what's up? He was like, man, I ain't seen you since high school. And nigga, my nigga Peanut, what's good? Nigga, you was the funniest nigga in class. And he said a joke that I remember telling and having the whole class like rolling. So I knew he knew me, and but I did not know this nigga.
Yeah.
But like you said, I didn't get the feeling like I gotta like I'm like be on my guard because it was like his energy wasn't
trying to like
it didn't
match
seem
the face with the,
but his energy wasn't threatening.
Right.
So it was like I was like sitting there talking to him at the store while I'm getting my shit, and I'm like, he was like, nigga, you told that joke one day. He's like, man, you still, and this is like that shit was only 10th grade. And I'm just like, damn, this nigga, like, who is this nigga? And he was like, man, and you still talk to so and so. And I'm just like, I don't remember this nigga from nothing. And then even he turns out, he's like, where you headed? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to, he was like, I'm going down. He was going to the homie house too. So it was like, and we got down there and like, he was chilling with us. But I'm like, and then it maybe hit me like a few like months later and they just clicked. And I'm like, oh, this nigga is CJ. Just, it clicked of like, he kind of hung with us, but he didn't hang with us when we was doing certain shit. He just kind of hung with us like, at school on the basketball courts. Like he wasn't
getting into trouble.
Yeah, he wasn't a troublemaker. I'm causing trouble, nigga. That's what I'm. Nigga, he wasn't like
he was in the house when the street lights.
Yeah, he wasn't walking. He wasn't in the mob walking, nigga, 9 deep up and down La Brea. So like he looking
when
like
y'all was at school, he was there.
He was with us. Like he was, and I was like, it just, and I hadn't seen him since because I left out of my school at probably 11th grade. So I hadn't seen him in probably a good solid 5 years, maybe 6 years. So, but it like you said, you just kind of peep. Like I at no point was I like, nigga, who is you? It was just like and he's talking. The more he kept talking, the more I was like, okay, this nigga obviously knows me because he knew my nickname, he knew me,
he knew the joke,
and even when he said it, I hadn't even remembered that joke till he said it. And I was like,
he was like, oh yeah, you had to be there.
Yeah, like I was like, damn, like who is? And then I'm like, who the fuck is this nigga? But yeah. So sometimes it can't, but like it's in context of I see you and I hear you, I see your energy, opposed to like, yeah, I think I might know you, nigga. A nigga say it like that, you're like, nigga, what the fuck you behind me while I'm getting blunts? And you say that shit like, I think I might know this nigga.
Yeah,
you like you gonna turn around like, hey, nigga, what? Hey, what's up? You know me, nigga? Like, no, I don't think you know me, homie. Like niggas get all, when niggas try to get tough, they gotta say like the extra. I don't know. I don't think you know me, my nigga. So
what you saying, nigga?
So what you saying,
nigga?
I don't think you know me, my brother.
This is what the fuck I'm saying.
Bean pie, my brother.
What my nigga say? I'm Marlena's cousin. The nigga.
Yeah, I don't think you know me. I don't think you know me, partner.
You know me, run up on Kane.
Yeah, partner. I don't think you know me, bro. That nigga was
trying to him out.
They was like, he was bold. He was. I mean, obviously he was a shooter. He nigga came into the project.
That nigga Kane. That's what I was telling you, bro. Was getting kicked in the face.
He was mixing, nigga. Like a DJ. That nigga was burnt. That nigga like a straight DJ out there.
And the funny part was when they double back, you feel me, and they did that the parody of this shit with the
Don't Be a Menace.
Don't Be a Menace, and the nigga was in the back. It was the same nigga.
Yeah, it was.
And he was flattened out.
And he was like, I'm gonna get you, nigga. I'm gonna fuck you niggas out. That nigga was a street pizza, nigga.
That shit had me rolling, bro. Oh, me.
Turned that nigga to a street.
That's
nigga
the true meaning of getting stomped out. That was.
Hey, every time he'll walk, he got that.
He pressing. That doesn't mean you pressing.
Hey, partner.
That mean you pressing niggas. That shit is hilarious.
Shout out to my nigga
Monroe.
Yeah, Samuel Monroe.
Junior. Wasn't it Junior? Yeah.
Junior's birthday.
It's Junior's birthday.
Bachelor party. It was a big birthday party here.
Yeah. He was like,
Junior's birthday.
That nigga was throwing videotapes. Get the shit out of here, nigga. Man, but all right. Last week I forgot something. It was a bunch of shit. I kind of just because it was the first week back. But I wanted to talk about OJ. We didn't even speak on that. Like
he said he did it. He said he did it before he went down.
No, he didn't. I'm not believing.
You don't think he posted that?
No, he didn't.
Somebody took his shit and posted
I definitely would never believe he posted that.
It said I did that shit.
He definitely didn't. unless he's trolling. Because he was kicking it with like Cam and Mason shit.
He said I did that shit.
That's strange. I don't think so.
What you talking about?
OJ.
But a tweet went out from his account that said I did that shit.
So is that a real story though? Is the tweet really there?
Somebody probably hacked it.
Well, I don't know.
Probably
I don't think that's real. Because I haven't seen that anywhere, like in the news.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that on no
podcast.
Yeah, everybody would have been eating. That would have been eating. That would have been a meme. Niggas would have been eating.
What you gonna do now? You gonna prosecute.
They gonna talk about it though. They definitely gonna run that shit into
I knew
the
that
ground.
motherfucker did
That's
that
like
shit.
they kryptonite. Like
The crazy thing is,
What about
right?
the shit that, what's her name said? Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh yeah, hey, that's what I was about to say. The morning bro died, you feel me?
It was
OJ,
like good.
Like
He's
the nigga,
good, he's
the
gone.
nigga tweeted. I think it, Bruce Jenner, we originally know him as, but Caitlyn,
He
you
said
feel me
Big
now?
Bruce.
You know, also known as Caitlyn, or Caitlyn, also known as Bruce. I don't know, however which way you want to put it. You
the
know what I'm
artist
saying?
formerly known as.
My nigga, the nigga tweeted. Oh, I forgot what he tweeted. It was something like, "Oh, I'm glad. I know he did." He was like, he said good riddance. That's what the nigga said, good riddance. And somebody replied, "You next, Miss Doubtfire."
That's fucked up. That's hilarious. That's
That's
hilarious.
no offense.
Got
but
him.
That was kind of
Got him. No, but I feel like it's just like that's like they white people's
Like, my
kryptonite.
nigga, hold on,
like they
my
fucking it's like OJ just no matter what white people can act like they don't care about a lot of shit, but when OJ it's like they
hey, happy
he did
420,
that
happy
shit.
420, man, and it's 420.
Hey, that's right. He did that. He did it. I know he did. It's like they lose their shit, and it's like and my thing is see the thing with
It would
OJ.
have been like that. But I think
They still react like that,
the way
bro.
that it is now, especially with the time that has passed and the way that family is, all of that shit.
Bro, my uncle works at one of my uncles works at the airport, and he told me this about 2 years ago. He was like, when did OJ get out? About 3 years ago?
Oh, for the Vegas shit?
Yeah, I think so. He got out. No, not whenever he got out. It was probably like 2021 or something. Like he got out, and my uncle said he was at work, and these white people were like in the break room, like, oh my god, like he's out, like it's. And he said one of the ladies like, I don't know, like are like people gonna be safe? And he said like he just looked at her like, bitch, like, this nigga don't even know you. Like what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, this is like some bum ass airport working bitch. And she's like, oh my,
How
oh
come
my
you
god,
never came to see me, man? Nigga, I don't know you.
This nigga don't know you. My uncle said and my uncle's like at this point, my uncle's like 60. He had to be like almost 70, but he looks like he's still in his 40s, like high energy kind of. And he was like, I was just like, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, are we safe? Like this OJ just gonna get out like he's Michael Myers. This nigga's Michael Myers. He just gonna put a jumpsuit on and hit the streets again, and he gonna be in West Hollywood, Santa Monica, Glendale. Nigga just slashing.
Of an interview that OJ had did back in the day.
Where he was showing all the shit that like I'm gonna show y'all the problems like while shit don't add up. The one he did at his house, the 3-hour one. The 3-hour
Was
OJ
it the
interview
3-hour
where he
one?
did it himself.
Well, no,
It was all him.
Listen, it was a lady, and the lady had she was walking on the beach with him or something, and another lady. Was
yeah.
like, I've never met a murderer before.
And he was like, oh,
oh, nice to meet you. And then the interviewer walked up and was like,
how does it feel?
Yeah. But then she said, OJ told me later on he had a surprise for me, and boy, it was a surprise. So she go open the door,
And he was,
he out there with the knife.
Yeah.
And he's like,
I've seen it. He really did that shit. He really did that shit, bro. He really did that shit. I remember
Hey,
that.
that would have freaked the nigga out.
And you already just got found not guilty for slashing.
it was right after the shit though.
This nigga was insane, bro. I think he was just using that though, because it's like fuck it. Sometimes it's not like that's what you actually do. You know what I'm saying? The rumors and whatever happened, who knows?
Put it like this. You gonna take y'all
sometimes
taking
it ain't
my
even that. It's
y'all
just
trying
like,
to take my money and put something on me that I was found not guilty
gotta
of
take
doing.
the character.
I'm gonna make
You
my
feel me?
bread and fuck
You gotta
y'all.
wear
That's
the
what it
shoe.
is.
You feel me?
Nigga, I was found not guilty.
He's the juice.
He's the juice. And see, OJ is like
okay.
OJ was an icon, period. OJ is an icon.
That nigga had house shoes.
OJ
That nigga got a sponsorship
from niggas
from
born
house shoes.
from niggas born 1960 to
How many
65.
niggas got a deal with house shoes?
Hey, from niggas born from 1960 to 65,
Man.
OJ was like a god,
They
nigga.
said, OJ, we gotta.
He was a
protect those-
juice.
We gotta protect those feet.
That nigga running through the airport in the commercial.
When
Remember?
you at home,
Now
you
you
can't
ne-
just be walking around barefoot.
Now you
Put
got
some of
niggas
these
with
beer phones
you got
on.
Chunky Stew.
My uncle, one of my
Sponsored by
I just told you
Chunky Stew.
one of my
That was,
older uncles,
Reggie White.
One of my other uncles was
Reggie?
telling you, yeah,
Reggie
him and his
Chunky
mama.
Stew?
But But one of my younger uncles,
Reggie.
one of my younger uncles told me a story years ago about OJ. See, this is what he thinks OJ did it. One of my younger uncles.
The nigga said he did it.
So he goes.
When?
So look, my uncle says he's downtown. This is like 85 or some shit. And I wish you can bring up. Can you just while I'm saying this? Can you bring up?
They gonna think you did it anyway, so I might as well just say I did it.
It's like that. It was an old TV show, KPR or something, Cincinnati, and just bring up the cast. And it'll be a blonde chick, not Lonnie Anderson, but the other blonde girl. So the
Hold on, what did you say?
Can you bring up KPR Cincinnati? It was a TV show from like the 80s. That. So it's the white girl on the show. WKPR. No, well, it can't be WK because K is for the West Coast and W is for the East Coast.
WKRP.
Okay, so there was WK. But that's weird because K is like KTTV, KCOP, KABC, KWG, and that's like.
I remember that.
So not Lonnie Anderson, but the other chick. Just bring up a picture of her.
I'll bring up a picture of the cast?
Of the other blonde chick, not Lonnie Anderson. It should be another blonde chick that's on there, like a pretty ass blonde girl that I can't remember her name now.
Jan Smithers.
I think that's her. I believe that is her. And so my uncle tells me the story. He's like I'm like 16, riding down like Broadway or something like L.A., like downtown L.A. And he's like, it's like the 80s, so it was outside, ain't nobody looking in phones. People are like moving around. It's a different time. You aware of shit. So he said, I'm sitting at he's at a light on his bike, like on the sidewalk. He's like, the light is red, and a Bentley like pulls up, like a Rolls Royce pulls up to the light, and it's a nice ass Rolls Royce. He's like, I'm just looking at it, can't really see in it. He's like, as it's at the light's still red. It's like about like 10, 11 Crip niggas like walking across the street in a crosswalk, but they kind of like being extra, just out the 80s, nigga. Like niggas is on some Death Wish shit, just outside, just on some goons.
Got nothing else to do.
Exactly. So my uncle says the light turns green. The Crip niggas is still in the crosswalk, like talking shit. The niggas is in the Rolls Royce start beeping. Like move, and the niggas is like start talking shit, hitting like on the hood of the car, like we ain't moving. My uncle says, nigga, the back door of the Rolls Royce fly open, nigga OJ jump out, like nigga on Broadway downtown. He's like, and my uncle's like, he's just on his bike, like what the fuck? OJ jumps out, and he said this has to be like 83, like 84 or something. He's like, this nigga got it, nigga mobbed up to the niggas like. And like nigga like pressed him, like what the fuck y'all doing? Move, get the fuck out the way. He said they more like, they the same way as him, like nigga this, oh shit, our bad OJ, like he's like, they like, man, what up? And it's the era of no phone, so you ain't take a picture with me but it's they trying to talk to him. So he like OJ started chopping it up with him, he being cool. They all like they talking.
You go back to the hood and try to explain that shit, niggas don't even believe it.
Nigga, we chopped it up with OJ, jumped out of a Rolls Royce, nigga, on us.
Everything.
Nigga, so he like my uncle, like they talking for about like 4 and 5 minutes or so, just out OJ chopping it up with him. He says like while he's on the bike, he's still like looking.
Wait, he was with her though?
He's with her. The blonde chick.
Jan Smithers.
Yeah, I believe that's her because she was more blonde, I think. I don't know if that's all the women that were on the show.
This is the cast. Carol
Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah, because Tim Reed. Nah, it's not her. Definitely not her. Yeah, unless it was some. But either way, it was one of these. It might have been her though, because she was like. But so he goes. My uncle says while he's like on the bike, he looks over and the back door of the Rolls Royce is still open and she's in the back seat, and he's like, she's just looking like at the shit going on with OJ, and then he said he's just looking like, oh shit, that's the chick from WK or Cincinnati, and he said he goes like he's like looking, and he's like she just happens to like look at him and they kind of lock eyes, and she's like kind of did the white lady shit, like and got all like nervous, so he's just like kind of like still on the bike. This nigga says OJ comes back from like talking to the dudes about to get in the car. And he looks in the car, sees her, and she's still kind of like, and he's like, OJ like turns and looks at my uncle, and I swear to my uncle says, the way he looked at me, I know he killed those people. I swear to God, my uncle. So it's like, I got uncles that was like, that nigga didn't do that, but my one uncle is like, that nigga did that shit. He said the way that nigga, he said he didn't even look like that when he jumped out the car on the niggas to press him. And it was like 10 niggas and he was on him, but he said the way he like, when he saw her face, like she looked scared. And he was like, nigga, I was just on the bike at the like crosswalk at the light. But I just looked at her and was like, oh shit. And he's like 16. He's like, I'm like, but, and I'm still, in my heart, I don't believe he did the shit. But my uncle to this day will still tell that story and be like, nigga, he did that shit. Just the way that he said the look that nigga had in his eyes when he looked at me, like he thought I did something to her. And like looked back and I was just like, and he's like, he just got in the car and just shut the door and they drove off. So I'm like, but the thing with OJ is like, I never was like a big fan because he he was like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. And it's like, yeah, you can't let your race define you of I'm a black man. But nigga, you a black man. Like, don't like knock that shit off. And then even how, you ever heard the story when he was at the dinner with his friends and the white people were like, hey, OJ, you don't have to sit over there with the niggers. You can come sit with us.
I did not know about that.
And his friend was like, he got up and like went and sat with the white people.
Wow.
Like at like a steakhouse in like back in like the 70s and like somewhere in like Beverly Hills.
You don't have to sit down there with
the niggers. So like they said the white people said that and he like got up and his homie told that story on like a documentary. So he's like, he always, even though in the shit how they said they had to hang black pictures up in his house when they brought the jury to his house to make him seem blacker to the black jurors because that nigga was in. So it's when people, I think this is the thing. Yes, that's bullshit. Yeah, that didn't. I mean, he was fucking with Cam and Mace though, so you know what I mean?
He said, well, hold on.
Nigga, it's trolls. We live in a troll era, bro.
Trolls.
AI era and troll era. That shit would have been all over the news, bro. I ain't seen none of that till right now.
Where's that post?
He definitely, somebody got his phone, probably the fucking coroner. Could have been a coroner, could have been a nurse. That just don't, people don't like that dude, bro. White people, and they've poisoned a whole generation of kids that are like, he's a murderer, that weren't even fucking alive in 94. Nigga, you weren't even alive when this shit happened. Like, you wasn't alive. I watched this trial every day because wasn't shit else on TV and I was on summer vacation.
Johnny Cochran, nigga.
Every day. Johnny Cochran went to my high school. Our high school, it was LA High. It was for a minute, it was Johnny Cochran. I think they had changed the name for a minute because he's like the most famous alumni from there. But I just looked at it like, bro. And then this is my thing. This is my thing with OJ. And like I said, people, they just know he did it. But those same people that swear up and down, OJ did it. We know he did it. Those same people in the same breath will say Chris Benoit is fucking innocent. And Chris Benoit bodied his whole fucking family. And
yeah, but I even said, I told you that's a whole
But he did that shit.
We know he did it.
But they don't know. Even since OJ died, I've seen posts where dudes
we know he did it, but we don't know what happened and what led up to that shit.
But he did it.
But we know he did it.
But they say he didn't still. It was a cartel. It was all the shit that they said. It was like, bro, it was so much shit with Nicole Simpson's case. Her handyman was a serial killer. They didn't even bring that up in the trial. Her handyman was arrested, and he had bodies around the same time of him working at her house. He was called a Casanova, either the Casanova killer or the cross country killer. And that nigga had bodies. And this nigga was her handyman that would be in her fucking house, kicking it. Like, and then they said the dog never barked when she was murdered, but why would he bark if the handyman who's been over there working for the last few months, year, he's used to seeing you? And they said the cuts on her
nigga OJ jumping the Bronco like, oh shit,
nigga.
The cuts on his what?
But he was already gone.
He was, and they said they changed the time of the death. They said OJ was already in Chicago. He had been in Chicago. They said the time of the death was later in the night because they said, I remember as a kid hearing it, the restaurant was closing. Restaurants don't close at 10:15 in Hollywood. How does she get murdered at 10:15 because she left because the restaurant was closing at 10:15? But restaurants close in Hollywood at the earliest midnight. Like you couldn't, especially in West Hollywood, nigga.
Yeah, it's gonna be some restaurants open.
Nigga, ain't nobody closing in 94.
A lot has changed since from now to then.
But they said They said the cuts on her body, were like torture cuts. It was like on both of them. It was like they were like cuts that like somebody that enjoys doing that or has done this many times did. It was all this shit, bro. The shit with Mark Furman. Why the fuck would you take shoes home? And you a racist. But the fuck you being a racist, you could have been the most angelic cop ever. Nigga, why would you take evidence home? Why would you take my shoes on?
People weird.
And then instead of just taking them and putting them in evidence.
I'm gonna auction them off.
No, he took them home, then bought them back to evidence. No, he didn't sell them.
That's crazy.
He took them from the scene from OJ's house, took them home for the night,
that's fishy.
then bought them back to the police station.
That's fishy already.
That's what Johnny and that's why he was that's why Christopher Darden was like, don't put this nigga on the stand. He told the prosecution, like, just don't put him, he's a racist. He's on tape saying, do what you gotta do to get a nigger. Anything you gotta do to arrest a nigger, you do it. He's on tape saying that shit. Another, like, a chick recorded him saying that shit to her. If you got to plant evidence, whatever, you do it. That's why he kept pleading the fifth. So it's like, bro, all it is, but no, he did it. We know he did it. And the nigga wasn't fucking with Nicole for years. Ben gave it up. Had bad bitches. Like, bro, what the fuck? It's like that was just jealousy of a nigga that was that nigga that got everything that these hated at. Because then they said Mark Furman knew him from the department, from all of the interactions when they would get into fights and he'd whoop her ass or something, or she'd call the cops because he tripping. Mark Furman was a cop that would always pull up. So who knows? He might have been smashing because she was with the shits. She was like 100% with the shits. They even Kris Jenner put that out in her book that they was all like doing wild shit. So it's like she wasn't this. They painted this beautiful, angelic, like white lady that just got in. Like, bro, this shit was like she was. And they said that they were getting like work from the dope man pretty much, but like on like, hey, OJ got it. Like,
so it probably could.
And that's why. And when Johnny Cochran bought that up, they were like, oh, it's a joke. They said she owed somebody up to almost like $150,000 or some shit in coke money. Like, and then they said they just kept they was all up there, hey man, we got it. And niggas was like, fuck this. Who cuts people up like that but a fucking drug dealer or a serial killer? Not a football player that's like in Hollywood running around with bad knees. That's a Naked Gun and shit. Not saying nobody cannot do shit, because Chris Benoit did some shit. So it's like, but it's like,
anybody could do some shit with that size difference.
But it's just like, they made this nigga like he was Michael Myers out there just... Like, he just, like, with a butcher knife walking the streets, waiting and lurking in shadows and alleys behind dumpsters and shit for bitches. Like, that was weird. And it just never added up. But it's those same people that swear up and down OJ did that shit. No, I seen a post that said, OJ, Aaron Hernandez, and Chris Benoit all in hell. And it was like a picture of some niggas, like three niggas, like laughing. They were like hugging up. And it was like, they was like laughing.
Crazy.
But then the comments were like, it was like Chris Benoit's in heaven. Like, niggas was really like trying to defend that nigga. And it's like, bro, it's this nigga. Even all his friends were like, he's a piece of shit. Like, he did it. Like, Chavo was like, I was there and I left and that was last time. But like, bro, didn't nobody come in there and just slaughter a roid-ridden wrestler. He couldn't fight off a serial killer, a nigga with a knife, a nigga that was like muscled up out of his head, that like was brutal as fuck, that knew how to wrestle.
Expecting it.
Man, oh, not like how, and he hung himself. He hung himself.
Oh yeah.
They were like, I forgot how he killed them, but
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, do we really know that he killed every single one of them? We don't know what happened before. You know what I mean?
And that nigga.
We don't know how that shit played out. And like I've been saying from the beginning, his whole situation was kind of like fucked up from the jump, because his relationship started out of a wrestling storyline.
Yeah. Whoa, man. That shit is, whoa, man.
Like, you won this nigga's wife and she left this nigga for you because you spending time with her all the fucking time.
She's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna jump ship.
Because in reality, for kayfabe purposes, you can't be seen together.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now you with him all the time.
In real life.
Like, real life.
Going to IHOP and shit.
Traveling to the shit, though.
Yeah. And the airports and shit. And
that's crazy.
That's a little, but like I said, that was like the whole model of this the industry, I guess.
But then that's what I say, bro. Like,
but that still doesn't mean remains that nigga. I don't think what you think. Taskmaster waited, fucking.
All I'm saying is we don't
years
know what
later.
Squirrel Master.
Taskmaster ain't gonna be there to protect you, because when I come for you, I'm gonna want that crossface.
Dungeon of Doom.
We're gonna want that crossface.
That's crazy, bro.
Crippler.
Crossface.
Crippler. Stupid. You say that shit backwards, like. But that's always bugged me though. It's like, don't give this nigga the benefit of the doubt when there's mountains of evidence that OJ didn't do it. Yeah. There's much more evidence that he didn't do it than he did do it. A cut on his hand, and he said the cut on his hand is when he slammed when they called him in and told him that she was murdered, and he slammed his glass because he slammed the glass on the table. Nigga, when my grandma and when I called my homie and one of my homies got killed, nigga. And I called it. I called his brothers was saying, and I was like, man, stop playing, because we always used to joke, like, say stupid shit. When I called and my grandma and my aunt told me, nigga, I like threw some shit. I had some shit in my hand. I threw that shit. Like, I was like, what the fuck? It was, you have emotional reactions where that's not far-fetched. That he slammed the fucking glass on a fucking table and it cut his fucking hand. Like, that makes more sense than he was just slashing bodies and necks to the fucking spine. Like, she was almost beheaded, nigga. Like, pretty much. They said it was pretty much like a piece of meat hanging it, like, keeping it on. So, like, she had a fucking hoodie, pretty much. That's, like, insane. So, that's insane to think OJ was out there just carving somebody, bro.
I don't believe
that to me, my brain won't even fathom that. You never know. And then
but then people look at, like, Ted Bundy, right? And
but it's not, that's because he was this handsome guy. And I'll say that about women that I've interacted with or people have interacted with at the bar, and they're like crazy, and people see it, and I'll be like, people give them the benefit of the doubt because they just see this pretty little person. They don't see this psychotic motherfucker that's 5150. And they would, but if you were a normal looking person or ugly, they'd be like already on guard of you, then be like, oh, this motherfucker, get him out of here. Get her away from it's because you're pretty, you have this the same, like that'll low key that can float into our next topic. Fucking Ryan Garcia. That's like how he said, oh, niggas think, oh, because I'm a pretty motherfucker. You already said that shit at the end of the fight. He got the nigga said I'm a pretty motherfucker. But people think because he's this handsome dude and he was playing crazy, and it still didn't fit right. And then he turned out he was trolling. Nigga got in there and bodied this nigga. What he played crazy for, like he wasn't acting like that for like none of his last fights before, even right after his last fight. Then it just switched.
Yeah, but he made the most money he done made off the fight, right? He made $50,000.
$50 million probably.
Well, yeah, $50 million.
You said $50, $50,000. They lowballed that nigga.
You better
fight your promoter, nigga.
Listen, he bet on himself.
Fire on a nigga. I get $50,000 for a fight like that.
He bet $2 million on himself.
So he came up.
And came up
because he was an underdog. They had him
Yeah.
like a 600, 700.
I think that's all in the whole thing, and with the bet, because he bet $2 million on himself.
Because the
homie back and got 15 or something.
The homie said he bet 30. He said if you bet 30, you get 200. He was like, if you bet $30, you got 200. The homie at the bar, I'd seen him like before the prelims that started.
Those were the odds.
And he was like, I just dropped 30. So, but he was like, if he win, I get 200. So that's good. But a lot of it too was like if it was a decision. Because then a lot of the bets were if he knocked him out, but everybody was like if he knocked him out before the 8th or so, and that's why people said that the ref clearly was like either on payroll and the judge. Like how the fuck did you call that a draw? Like one judge had it 112.
That was weird.
Like how? And then the ref was trying to like that wasn't a knockdown. Like bro, he dropped this dude at least 4 or 5 times. His legs were going. He was stumbling around. He had the baby Bambi legs. And it was just like, it was insane. But it was entertaining. I know that. That's the best part.
I didn't get to see it. I just been seeing all of the reactions
Rough
and
fight.
Everything that's been happening after.
There's highlights on YouTube. I mean, the whole fight is on YouTube.
They got Haney getting the coins knocked out of him. Like
yeah, with Mario Party. They had the Mario Party. That shit is hilarious. And it's like, my thing is, Haney he's a good fighter. He's a good, he did what a lot of dudes don't do. A lot of these niggas that's on Twitter talking shit right now, like Tank and even Shakur gave him his props. He was like, as much as I want to make fun of this nigga, you did what a lot of other these dudes don't want to do, and that's take the big fights and the real fights. So while like Tank is cracking jokes, nigga, you ain't fought none of the niggas Haney fought that he actually beat. That will probably whoop you. And then it's like, yeah, you fought Ryan, but you fought a sickly Ryan, nigga. You fought a Ryan that couldn't even have a water after like the weigh-in. You see what I'm saying? That's because you knew what could happen to Haney last night would have happened to you.
Yeah.
That's why Haney gets props because he fought the Garcia you should have fought. You didn't. You fought Sickly Garcia. That wasn't Ryan Garcia. That was Sickly Garcia, nigga.
If you look at this nigga, Ryan Garcia's page, they got that shit edited with like Mario and all this shit.
And he be posting that shit. He's a little young troll. And they got like 25s. Of course he gonna be posting that shit. You heard you just hear the coins.
Look at the Diddy after though.
Yeah, I see this old shirtless. Hey, old shirtless Diddy. Fucking what about Coachella? You see Coachella this weekend? You see Lil Uzi Vert?
Oh man, he looked like Chris Tucker on Fifth Element.
He looked like he wasn't a level past that nigga. He was like a level.
What was his name?
Ruby Rod.
Ruby.
Super green. That nigga said green. Super green.
Oh man,
the fabulous.
Hey, pull up a little clip of that nigga. Chris
That nigga
Tucker
look wild, bro.
Element.
No, pull up a Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, and then compare it
Yeah,
to.
you gotta. Cause it was wild.
Well, send me something.
Oh, let me send him on the lives. Can you send it to him? Send him like just a picture of that nigga. Just send it to him so he can post it on the shit.
How would I do that?
Just through IG? Just go to Google.
Do I send you a link? I could airdrop a link.
Or you just go to Instagram, the Explorer page, and type in his Lil Uzi, and then just share that post to the innovative shit. Yeah. It was straight. Yeah, there we go. Bro, with the little mic. With the little mic, though. He has a little TikToker mic. It's like, bro, if you, be you. But it's just like...
Why he got it like that?
With the Rockefeller chain. That's the cold part. That nigga wearing the rock because he is a Rock Nation artist. That's like, wow, bro.
Got glitter on his face?
Yeah. He had his cheeks done, like, little makeup on. And I mean, that's the JT chick from the City Girls. That's her dude.
Look at his purse.
Yeah, he grabbed his purse, his Birkin bag, and walked off stage when he was done. Like he literally left, like put the purse on and walked off stage, like I'm a bad bitch and I'm out of here. That's
there you
enough.
go. Look at him on his page.
Nigga like Astro Boy, nigga. That nigga look like a black character, just like the token black character in a superhero movie.
Pull up Ruby from Fifth Element, man.
The fabulous
Chris
Ruby
Tucker.
Rod. The fabulous Ruby Rod.
Look.
That nigga was fabulous.
Look at this nigga. There you go.
Well, the people can't see it.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, look at this.
He said the people.
I know. I'm
Something for the people.
I'm showing Tony while you.
Oh, I seen this nigga. I seen that shit. That nigga was gyrating and rolling about, thrusting about on stage. That shit is horrible. That nigga's not hot, bro.
Look.
Like the music
That's
ain't
him,
hot.
ain't it?
Same. It's a little bit more extreme, I think, than Ruby. And Ruby was extreme for that era. But they said Prince was originally supposed to play that role.
Well, Prince was extreme for his era.
And then he said it seemed a little, but he said that seemed too much for him, and that's why he didn't do it. And then
every artist who pushes the limits and the boundaries, they say that
like JoJo Siwa, motherfucker,
like Nas X.
But he doesn't have talent. Not like Lil Nas X's talent is making people talk about him by everything. He has no other song.
That's the only song that.
That's what I'm saying.
And is gonna sing.
And that was because it was Billy Ray Cyrus.
I don't know what other songs he has.
And he has a bunch of them. But
he got albums. He got like multiple albums.
He's complete trash.
Do you think that song had like multiple meanings?
Yeah, definitely. Or they want you to think that it was just it was some simple bullshit that he was trolling with, and that was his biggest hit that they made a hit. Because I never heard no one play that song. Like, you make shit a hit. How did no one plays that in their car? I never heard that on a jukebox at a bar. I never heard that in a club, dancing with people, and that shit just came on.
It depends on where you at.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've never been to a gay club, so I'm sure they was playing it in there. But it's just the fact of they make shit and call it the longest reigning hip-hop hit from a gay nigga because that means something now for them or something. So, like, it's weird in itself that I've never heard any of his videos.
You know what it means? It means representation.
And for who, though? Because even there's gay people like his music is trash. I've seen gay people say that. They're like, bro, his whole shit is just doing the weirdest, the shoes with the blood in them. that had the devil pentagram on them. The where the lap dancing on the devil in the video. The prison video twerking with the dudes holding his pockets.
Shit!
It was like he just does. It's not
holding his pocket.
It's not me. It's like a clip of it on IG. He like whips his pockets out and two dudes in like orange jumpsuits walk up and grab each one. He starts like walking.
Yeah,
it's like it's cringy. It's not. It's just cringy because it's not even. It's corny. It's even if that was a straight dude doing that, it'd be like, who the fuck is this loser? You see what I'm saying? It's not about you being gay. It's corny
You're
loser
just doing
shit.
the most.
It literally. It's no one gives a fuck about you being gay. It's corny loser shit. So it's like that dude. The music doesn't match the antics, and like that's why I feel like that's with certain people playing roles like Prince would have played Ruby Rod. The music would have matched. Okay, it makes sense.
You know what I never like really realized.
And Guy
before,
Tori
bro?
said he was supposed to play him.
Listen, as many times as I've watched the movie Life, I never realized that was Bumpy Johnson, bruh. Rick James.
Yeah.
I never really just sat back and thought about
at the
that
beginning.
shit.
The nigga the nigga they was running from. The nigga that
I didn't know that shit.
The
either.
nigga
that gave him the liquor
nigga they
shit.
made the run. The
I
nigga
was
they made
today
the run
years
for.
old
Yeah.
when I
Nigga.
found that out.
Yeah, the nigga
I
they
was
made.
sitting there watching this shit. I'm like,
Nigga, that's Rick James.
Rick James,
That's Rick
nigga.
James,
Nigga,
bitch.
that's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he the nigga that sent him. That nigga that had him up under the water, dunking him in the water and shit. That was Rick. Yeah.
What does that say about me?
Yeah.
What does that
Bumpy
say about
Johnson.
me, Ray?
Oh, he was supposed to be Bumpy? So I was today years old when I fell.
Yeah, he was the niggas who was. Yeah, they was.
that's who Bumpy Johnson was. They
Liquor.
said,
I didn't know he was
Bumpy
supposed-
Johnson's liquor.
Oh, I didn't know he was supposed to be
They was
Bumpy.
delivering the hooch, man.
Like he was supposed to be Bumpy, the same
Bootleggers.
from Hoodlum and American Gangster.
Well,
I mean, that's the only
something
Bumpy
like-
Johnson.
that's the name they gave him.
His name was Spanky.
So Spanky probably worked for
Hey,
Bumpy
he don't
Johnson
fuck with niggas like that.
because they was from Harlem.
He be working behind the desk, man. You know.
So Spanky was Rick
What's that
James.
say about you?
Spanky was
What's that
Rick
say about me?
James.
Spanky.
Was it Spanky?
Spanky was Rick James.
No, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So because I was going to say he was supposed to be Bumpy Johnson.
I think it wasn't Bumpy, bro.
Yeah, I want to look. it
Yeah, I
up.
was gonna say, hey, boy,
We
nigga,
doing
hey,
all this fact
we got
checking
research today. That's what the show should be. Like, nigga, we sitting here. It ain't gotta just be.
Chop it up.
Yeah, like because I'm
chopping it up. I'm gonna come on with it. Remember when that nigga flipped that nigga Dave Chappelle nigga into the fucking grand piano?
Yeah,
and
that shit was hilarious. Man,
Eddie Murphy, he was like,
twisted that
"Loving
nigga
you
arm.
Spanky Johnson.
So he was Spanky Johnson.
Spanky,
Okay,
see? I
so he
told
thought
you.
he was okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like, damn, I didn't
He
know he
said,
was Bumpy.
"Does the name
Spanky
Spanky
Johnson
Johnson have any?" He said, "Does the name Spanky Johnson mean anything to you?
Like,
If you
hell
get us out of
no.
this, I mean, he would repay you."
Remember that nigga?
Turn y'all into nigga pie.
He was like, "No, I don't think I know nobody named Spanky Johnson."
How much turn one of these
White only pies
and a nigga pie.
I'll turn you into nigga pie.
How far did you say to the next day?
Shit on 4 miles. What is it? 40 miles.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
Let's get on up out of here, nigga.
Yeah, they wasn't playing.
But yeah, that just like that was a classic. What did you guys think about the fucking the Drake and the AI shit and the Tupac diss? Or the having Tupac and Snoop diss?
Nah, I ain't
That's just
paying
corny as
attention to
fuck.
that shit.
So
That's just
Drake
lame.
had them on his song.
On his AI dissing Kendrick. On his song with its so everybody's
I didn't hear that yet.
So everybody's like, how does that even count? Of like,
His voice in AI as Tupac, bro.
how do you even know it's his voice? How do you know he just didn't have AI?
What's the name of the song?
I guess it was only people like for people like on the West
what the
Coast is
fuck is the
dissing
name
you.
of that shit?
Your
I forgot. I don't
own
even
people
know.
on the West Coast is dissing you. I think that's
Yeah, he was trying to like some psychological.
Yeah.
It's corny as shit though, bro. Like you a pop star, you a chameleon artist that can do reggae and hip hop and trap, pop. You could do features. That's all cool, but all that trying to talk like it ain't like he trying to say like you gonna get him touched or nothing. But it's like it's just it's corny. It's bringing to me. You was a corny nigga when you started. And it took a lot to get like people like me that didn't like you.
Nah.
Not that I like
that
him.
nigga.
But it took a lot
at the beginning.
to change the tide of people that
Yeah,
just saw
at the
you
beginning.
as Degrassi. it took a lot for people like me to not see. Okay, nigga, you talking about catching bodies and doing all kind of other shit. But then when I see, okay, now you make good music, you got good songs, you got hits, but now you're kind of bringing back that corny factor that made niggas not fuck with you to begin with. That's what I'm starting to see with this beef. And maybe that was with Kendrick's intention. Like, I'm going to just expose this nigga and make him sweat and everybody. I don't know when the niggas is acting like you got to respond to beef songs like the next day. That's weird.
Well, the thing is,
nigga, Jay-Z take like 2 years sometimes to respond to beef.
The
songs.
problem with the age that we in right now,
everybody wants shit right away.
Riding off of that because y'all hear the Chris Brown
y'all
shit.
Niggas in the studio every day.
Y'all hear the Chris Brown shit?
I didn't listen to it.
I listened to it.
Because why do I want to hear an R&B nigga diss a rapper?
But he's rapping. He's not singing.
But it's still, I want to hear you sing. You're an R&B singer.
Nah, I feel like nigga.
Like
so he's a rapper. I mean, no, I'm not saying he can't.
I like Chris Brown's rapping.
He's a better.
All right, I give you something. He's a better, as an R&B singer, he's a better rapper than Black Ty.
Who's Black Ty?
Tyrese.
He's a better rapper. When he did that album with Tiger, he was a better rapper than Tiger. When
but
he did
Tiger's
that
not
album,
an R&B singer though.
But he was a better rapper than Tiger when they did that album together. When right after the shit with Rihanna happened, and he couldn't get nobody wanted to fuck with him, and then Tiger was smart enough to like link up with the nigga and start putting out projects. That nigga, that's what made certain people fuck with him even harder now because they was like, oh, this nigga got bars, and he was getting off on dope shit. I'm not hating on his rap, but it's it's just like rap niggas that do R&B now, damn near. They're singing, it's rap niggas that call themselves rappers, but all your songs are harmony. 5-part harmony. 5-part harmony. Nigga, 5. Say it. Sing it.
I know all his parts.
I know, I wrote all the leads. I write all the songs for the heartbeats. Nigga, they call me Rock. They call you fucking choir boy, Coke bottle head ass.
I can sing his parts. I know all his parts. Nah, but
that nigga was in Universal Soldier.
Nah, what was we just talking about before that though? Don't lose it.
Damn. We went from, I don't know how we got to choir boy. 5-part, because I said 5-part harmony, and that was off of the singers and R&B. Singers and R&B.
So Chris Brown. Chris Brown was on Diss Records.
Yeah.
We was at Diss
Records.
I
did that, though. I just went backwards in my brain. I'm not saying he's whack at all. I'm just, Chris Brown as a rapper, I'm just saying maybe because I'm an old nigga. Maybe me being an old nigga, I expect an R&B nigga to be an R&B nigga. And that don't mean you got to be a bitch and let niggas punk you, because R&B niggas was always known for shooting that shit and beating niggas
what's
up.
What's my nigga name? Orange Juice Jones?
Yeah, exactly.
That nigga was a gangster.
But he was singing. He never tried to rap. That nigga was a singer his whole career.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's just a lot of people, I just don't it's like you don't have to rap to be a tough guy, and you don't have to sing to be it's just like, it's weird now. It's been weird. But I just didn't listen to that shit because I'm like, and why are you even still going at Quavo? Is it still over the bitch?
Well, I think Quavo was talking shit. So I think
over a bitch?
Maybe, yeah. But I'll play it after the show. I think he went in on him, and it was like.
Was that AI?
Nah, it was him.
What do you guys think about, as artists, what do you guys think about AI being brought into hip hop? Is it still hip hop if a nigga just uses a damn computer to write his rhymes to?
But it's still it's not gonna be what you want it to be though. Like yeah, you can do that, right? But that art, that creativity,
the passion,
yeah,
it's the passion.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I would even go. I don't even know if I would want to, like, you know what I'm saying, recreate with another nigga's voice that's not here. You know what
Just
I'm saying?
strange.
But
he's saying even like having that shit write the verse for you.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about these niggas having it write the verse. That nigga like
maybe for a hook or something.
With like Pac's voice or something, or
yeah, maybe a hook or something, but I don't know about like a whole verse and like.
And then especially having him diss another nigga though, like that don't even make sense. That's like cringy.
But that's what I said. I felt like he did it because it's like, oh, either your old niggas or your own coast. Like I could do
But
it.
they ain't
I
even
could do it
said
in
that.
your style.
You know,
I could do it in your style.
but you not. The AI is
It
doing
didn't even
it. In
sound
this.
like Pac.
The AI
Nah,
is
but
doing
it's still his
No,
words.
It's Drake's
worded it and
words, but it's
submitted it.
not.
It's his words, and he probably put a
It's-
voice filter of Tupac.
It's
or a
Drake's
voice
words, but it's not Pac though saying it. So it's just like
Same way
it's
niggas
not
are
really authentic, really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's some bullshit.
It's not like Pac would say no shit like
Sounds
that.
like a bunch of bullshit.
Did he say it like Pac would say it though? Like, did he write it like that?
Nah, not really.
No
It just
passion.
sounded like Drake.
No
you know
Pac
it's
passion.
thug passion,
No
man.
thug passion.
You'd be like,
Real
where's
shit.
why this? Yeah, no.
No thug passion up in there, man. And it's like, but see, a lot of people will get mad and like I'm saying, all right, I don't like the AI shit, but niggas have accepted that dude had a ghostwriter for the last 10 years. So what's the difference with AI writing his bars than Quentin Miller?
A lot of niggas has some ghostwriters.
But,
A lot of
like,
niggas that signed in the
That
industry,
was
they
dissing
not writing
niggas
all
though.
they songs.
But that's dissing niggas.
But even this,
That's the whole point of like, nigga, that was the whole point. I know it's some old head hip hop shit.
But
Niggas ain't in the park
I
battling.
think that's why back in the day, right, we used to get excited when these lyricists would have beefs with each
back
other.
and forth, yeah.
You know, it was
You
like,
gonna hear some fire.
you're gonna hear some fire, especially when it was like just records, like battle records.
Yeah.
It was so many classic like battle tracks that niggas put out,
Yeah.
like aimed at another nigga, right? So with that, it's like that part is what's missing. It's like we people are so quick to put their shit out, like we were saying, they rushing them. They not really, you know,
Yeah.
taking the time to really sit back and think about like. Nigga, what was DJ Quick shit to MC
Dollars
and Cents? It's like, nigga, we're not getting that
Yeah,
no more.
and that shit was like a 20-year lasting diss song. Fucking fucking hit 'em up or
Like people still
calling
play
out
that as a
names.
regular song.
They play that shit in the bar. Just normal people, like Mexican white people will play that shit just play it just because it bump. So it's like, that's an extra nail in the coffin when a nigga diss you and it's actually a hit. That's what I think, and that's what helped like 50 blow up. Like
I would say Eminem too.
but Eminem came in just dope.
He came in dope, but his shit really took off with the diss records about his moms and his baby mama.
But once I'm talking about like,
That's where his shit really went next level.
Okay,
You know?
I'm talking about like with 50, it was aimed at niggas that was already established that certain people already didn't fuck with.
And the way they released his shit too, it was like that whole album. It was like we got Wankster first, but then we got the album, and then he had the singles off of the album.
And then you got to think he came into the game with How to Rob maybe 43 years earlier. So you was like, when I heard that, I was like, damn, this nigga beefing with everybody.
But that's because he was already.
And it was a dope ass song. It was a hit.
Niggas already knew who he was
Yeah.
on that side.
But then but then he was like, that shit became a problem because he was just writing a song and niggas thought he was like dissing him because he was throwing little shots. But he was like, half these niggas I hadn't even met. So it was, but they Wu-Tang took it as a diss. Mr. Cheeks took it.
I would
Mr.
say,
Cheeks took it as
I
a
would
diss.
say honestly, I feel like that Drake back to back shit. You feel me?
That was
like,
it.
Now that was
Summer
it.
16.
Now that was a platinum, like you
Summer
know,
16 and back to back was
platinum
fire.
joint that a nigga they play that in the club still. Like,
I like
Summer 16 was sick too.
I like what was it, Stay Scheming. Remember that?
He
was dissing Common.
But when Common got on that beat,
I don't like French Montana, so I didn't really like that.
Common
song.
got on that beat and he called the Drake Canada Dry.
Trying Canada Dry.
Yeah, that shit was. I feel like that was probably my favorite part of that battle.
That nigga French Montana.
I like that shit. I like he was like, you want to tell me secrets about rap, nigga? I tell you it's better when you something, you know.
I don't even remember Drake.
Order soda and nuggets.
Yeah.
Order soda and nuggets or something. You know, it was like, remember it was in the rap game and there was a time we was stuck in this something.
I don't even remember that nigga verse, bro. Definitely don't remember because at that era I really didn't like Drake.
We can't wait to run into you. You like a fucking.
I wouldn't even act like I know that
like,
shit.
You like a. He said you a pussy identical. You a pussy identical. You like the fucking finish line. We can't wait to run into you. Yeah, but let me get my mind off that young rich niggas. Make it mine up, rap with my niggas. I rob from he don't like that nigga. Ross, nigga.
It's just like
Grams hate
shit.
Ross.
Yeah, I know. I just like he's just like that's my thing is he's super jumping in a beef at like 50 something years old, and the nigga got like bro. It's like weird. You inserted yourself, mind you. This nigga still got me blocked on Twitter, and I dissed this nigga 13 years ago because him and his management stole a song that I wrote, and the shit's still on YouTube. My shit, I think they took theirs down after like we started making videos. They took their shit down. It was called like Getting It 2010 Super Bowl. So it just that kind of rubs me funny when it's like, nigga, you not like you had to reply, but you was scared of niggas like on some shit low key. Now it's like you jumping in a soft hip hop beef with Drake and Kendrick. That ain't got no. When you was like really did some shit that I said some shit to you, some disrespectful shit, and it was just like, let me just.
Hey,
block this
I'm laughing at the cover of this the Quavo diss.
Eating a glizzy. I seen that shit. I haven't seen that one.
You ain't seen the actual cover to the.
That's hilarious. This nigga choking a bitch.
Oh,
He
shit.
choking Chris Breezy.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
That's the one Quavo did to Chris Brown.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So I was like, we getting entertainment.
I ain't got there yet.
Yeah, we're getting entertainment. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, bro, put out an R&B album, another one. How about that? You can put out 100 of them, put out another one. Put out an R&B video, not DVD, but like a visual where it's all videos or something. Do like a Moonwalker style movie, nigga, like MJ did.
Tony, that's your honey bun?
Yeah. Got it waiting.
Shit like fire.
Perched.
Hey, man, it's just been sitting at the end of the table.
All
for
foggy.
Hey.
It's all foggy in the
Like,
plastic.
Look at all glossed up.
Oh, hardcore. Everybody's glossy. But yeah, that's about it. Just like I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting something, but I was like, that was a good shit. I wanted to bring up just the OJ shit and like I said, the Chris Benoit OJ comparisons. That's always bothered me since the Benoit shit happened. Because you got to think OJ shit was what 15, 16 years before. No, what was that? His was like 08. Chris Benoit like 08. And
OJ was what, 93?
Like 93, yeah. So it's like
93, 94?
yeah, 93, 94. Because I think the trial was like all in 90, like 94 to like the beginning of 95.
So
it was
like
like
94.
Yeah. So
I just remember I was in the second grade.
damn, I was like in
And our teacher had put that shit on the TV
the trial or the verdict.
when they was chasing that nigga. So we watching the news.
Why
when
would
they
she put that shit on for the second grade?
Hey, we wanted to know what was going to happen.
Y'all just informed.
We watched that and
Is
we
he
watched
coming
the
here?
trial.
You like that white girl at my Uncle Job? Is he coming here? He driving to the school right now. He driving to the school to get us. But
So
that's about it. But you can find me on IG at Tony Grams, TONY_GRAMS. We'll be here probably next week. Get some good guests pulling up. It's gonna be cracking again. We'll be back at it. And 420 was a blast. Got some more shit coming up soon. Tap in. Shit, where they find you at, TB?
Man, you can find me on Instagram at THEBIZNESSS. Yes, Lord.
I am Cool As Cam. Tap in with me at COOLAZZCAM. Tap in with our website, www.theinnovativeculture.com. Follow us on Instagram at innovative.culture and subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/innovativeculture. And we out of here.
Yeah. Innovative.
Bow.
Innovative comedy.
Innovative.